Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sosha. I'll be showing you a project I've been working on for a while today. This is Unity, as some of you may know, and a lot of you may have heard of the game Terraria or Starbound. These are Minecraft 2D lookalikes. So, what I have done is I've created a series of scripts that take a random Perlin, so it's a 2D map of random noise, and based on that I make a terrain such as you see here. I mean, obviously this is nowhere near a finished state, but there's some cool capabilities. So as you see, we've got some random looking terrain going on. As of right now, you can add blocks and you can delete blocks. So each one of these is a block which you can remove. And incidentally, you can also add them. Now, another one of these capabilities here is the sand blocks. What these do is they behave, I like to think they behave like sand. So if you let a stream down, it'll pile up in a little pyramid-like fashion, just like sand would. If we make a pile, it'll cascade down kind of like sand would. Now, obviously, the mechanics are a bit blocky, but in the extent, I mean, everything is blocks here, so what do you expect? We can also pile it down, and if we make a hole underneath, the sand will also fall in, right? So we can move around. Now, as you can see, that was a little bit of a seam, not supposed to be visible yet, but I'm sure it'll be fixed. What I'm doing here is, the terrain is actually loading on the fly. So each one of these is a chunk that's actually 100 by 100 little cubes wide. And as I go left or right, the terrain is loading and deloading. So if I can reload it and go into a different screen mode, we can see that only a little bit of the terrain is loading, and we have at most 3 terrains on screen at a single time. So the computer actually throws out the data it doesn't need about the extra terrain, which I think is pretty cool. So, another aspect of this is we have a lighting system. As you can see, not the whole terrain isn't lit up. In fact, you can only see the top part. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to simulate a lighting effect as if it were three-dimensional. Now, the way this happens is we have actually 2 things. So, the terrain itself has a built-in emission, which is only applied on the edges. What that means is that even if there's no lights in the scene, I can control how much the terrain is lit up on its own. This is to simulate sunlight and whatnot from the top. But in addition, we have this pinkish glow from this side, and we have a greenish, bluish glow from this other side. What that is simulating, in fact, like the terrain is given a mesh normal. So it's faking the fact that this is 3D when it's actually just 2-dimensional blocks. So if we zoom in on a section here, we can, if we can find it, that is, we can see that it's actually just a flat series of cubes with collider meshes installed. But over here we have generated a normal map. Now the normal map, what it does is it basically fakes lighting, so we can have directional lights that look pretty real. So this gives the terrain a nice 3D looking look, which is what we want. In addition, point lights, such as the one on the player, behave kind of like lights would. This is again also trying to achieve the same effect that Terraria or Starbound or similar types of games have. So in essence, that's that. We have a nice frame rate of 74. Obviously during the build the frame rate will be higher because Unity is a memory hog. But that is the project that I have so far. So yeah, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Post any comments or questions that you might have, and have a nice day.